Night at the Kern County Fair, fair workers have been arrested for drugs.
And 23 ABC's Chris Ornelas is live at the fair now with the story. Chris?
Well, Kern County deputies say the first arrest was of a woman who was working one of the carnival games. They say the second arrest was of a man who listed his occupation as a carny and was dealing meth last night. The sights, sounds, and smells of the fair are all part of what is supposed to be a family-friendly atmosphere. But at least twice this week, fair workers have been busted using or selling meth while on the job. Troy Harris was in Kern County Superior Court this afternoon on numerous charges, including selling meth.
Unfortunately, it's not that unusual. The fair employs a lot of people out here.
Families we spoke to at the fair say it makes them mad to think the person putting their child on a ride could be a meth addict.
Very angry. You know, you pay money to come in and have a good time and then find out that you may not be safe while you're trying to enjoy yourself.
I think that's something that you don't even want to think about. You didn't want to think of the fair being an unsafe place with unsafe employees.
Typically, when deputies arrest someone, they don't notify their employer, but they make an exception to that rule at the fair.
Whenever a carnival worker is arrested, it's a public safety issue. We don't want anybody with whom we just arrested for being under the influence of drugs to be out here putting kids on a ride.
The kids, you know, what do you do with the kids that are getting put on the rides, and how is that carnival personnel going to deal with an emergency should there be one?
Deputies say they don't want the recent arrest to scare families away from the fair. They say they have a very heavy presence here to help keep things as safe as possible.
We train our deputies to not only watch the crowds, but they are also watching the workers.
And deputies say the company that does most of the hiring out here, Butler Amusements, he says they run a pretty tight ship and that everybody has to pass a pre-employment drug test before they're hired, and they're subject to random drug testing after they get the job. Reporting live at the Kern County Fair, Chris Ornelas, 23 ABC.